what's it called? Fast forward to the event. We got to the event. Spyro jumped on stage and did one song. And now, guess what? Mr. Tola had seen Spyro and spoken to Spyro directly and said, please, I heard you don't want to do more than one song. Can you do 3 songs for us? Spyro agreed to do the 3 songs, but he got on stage, did one song, and ran away. The celebrant was like, why did Spyro just go like? So after Spyro came here, he had performed, and then we left. These guys, please, and I want to clear this, these guys did not give me the money immediately. It took some time before they brought the money. So at the time they brought the money, it took some time. I'm not saying the same day. It took some days before they brought the money, before they gave me the money. So I now called Spyro. He was not picking up my calls. I reported to his manager that, hey, Spyro is not picking up my calls. Now, what was the conversation? Guy, Alpha, I did with your 5K. The 5K did my hand. But this is our transaction where we get Alpha. Because the original conversation was simple. The original conversation was, you didn't want my 10% to be part of the money you are owing the company, the car company. It wants to be, the 10% should be what you will pay me directly, which I already told you from jump that this is what is going to happen. Now, if you see the message screenshot I posted yesterday, you see 10% off, which is the company saying that your 10% is off this money we are giving you, for clarity. So before I knew it, I called a pastor friend of ours and I explained this thing to him, and I told him that, you know what, if Spyro at least even picks up my call between now and the 31st, you understand? If we even have a conversation and you say, oh, you don't get the money, I don't mind even giving you the 5K, but you didn't pick your calls. Rather, your friend told you, his friend told him to go and do podcast to abuse me. But no problem. Do you understand? He did the podcast. They called one of my friends and told my friend that, oh, they've done podcast, so we are going to blast. And even Spyro saw my brother at an event early January and told my brother that I've done podcast against Ubi. I want to finish him. I kept quiet. Now, what is your intention for doing what you are doing? I'm calling you are not picking. But you rather will go and do a podcast, you understand, to tarnish my name because you want to drop music. It will not happen in 2025. And I'm explaining this thing and so that those who are maybe sitting on the fence, or those who are, oh, we hate this guy is always like, no, it's because I don't speak. There's no transaction I've done with anybody that is not, except the Spyro one, that is not documented. But immediately something happens, guess what they do? They just wake up. The first thing they will do is, let us go after him. He will not say anything. And I decided to speak up this time because I feel like I'll control my narrative, because there are people who believe in me. There are people who trust me to do something. You understand? There are people who want to give you business, and they'll be backing out and say, oh, we are not going to do this. I'm not a fool. I'm not a fool to know that I have so much, I have a promising future. I have kids to feed, and then I'll